This time of year always feels a little strange to me. The days between Christmas and New Year are quiet, almost suspended. Like we're standing in a doorway with one year behind us and the other waiting just on the other side. All through December, here on this channel, we've been reflecting and getting ready for 2026. We looked back at the year that was, we talked about direction and goals and turning your dreams into goals and into a plan. We explored the tools that are gonna support us creatively moving forward. And today, I wanted to finally wrap up the year. This video isn't about plans or productivity or doing more. It's about heart space. It's about pausing before turning the page and choosing gently and consciously what we're leaving behind in 2025 and what we're carrying with us into 2026. So if you're watching this in a quiet moment, maybe with a warm drink nearby, let's take a breath together. I have big plans for 2026, especially in terms of my writing. And because of that, I've been thinking a lot about what can't come with me into the next chapter. One of the biggest things I'm leaving behind is perfectionism. Not the desire to do good work or great work, that stays, but the kind of perfectionism that quietly stalls progress. It's the kind that tells you you're not ready yet, or it's not polished enough, or it's not good enough to even begin. This year, I've learned that high standards and fear aren't the same thing, even though they often dress up as each other. Next, I'm leaving behind comparison, especially when it comes to content, to growth, and to timelines online. It's so easy to look at someone else's progress and forget that every person you admire is standing on a completely different stretch of road. Different circumstances, different seasons, different priorities. Comparing timelines only steals joy from the work you're already doing, and I'm done letting it do that. Another thing I'm consciously leaving behind in 2025 is sacrificing my writing time. Saying yes to things when I really mean no, and letting other people's schedules and priorities overrule my own. Or telling myself I'll make up time for it later, when later rarely comes. Along with that, I'm leaving behind saying yes out of guilt instead of as a choice. Guilt is not a good compass, and it has a way of slowly eroding the things that matter most if we let it. I'm also choosing to forgive myself truly for not having achieved everything I once thought I should have by now. I should have published a book by now. I should have fill in the blank. There are so many things. I just keep reminding myself I have a lot of stories left to write, a lot of things left to live through, and I don't need to punish myself for being human along the way. None of these things are failures. They're just clarity, and clarity is a gift. So what are things you're getting clear about? Just as important as what I'm leaving behind is what I'm choosing to carry forward. I'm taking self-trust, the quiet confidence that I know how to show up for my work, even when the path isn't clear. I'm taking the belief in my own voice, the understanding that my way of creating doesn't need to look like anyone else's to be valid or meaningful. And I'm taking boundaries, not as walls, but as protection. Boundaries that honor my time blocks, boundaries that protect my writing hours, that make space for ambition without burning me out. I'm carrying forward the kind of ambition that feels grounded rather than frantic and manic, ambition that is patient and that trusts in the long game. And I'm very consciously carrying forward my aut viam inveniam aut faciam kind of energy. Not as a force, but as a quiet certainty that I will find a way or make my own by staying present, consistent, and honest with myself. As I'm saying this, I hope that you're also starting to think about what you want to carry with you into 2026. What has quietly supported you this year? What deserves to stay? Each year, I try to choose a word that's going to be my guiding light for the year, not as a goal, but as a compass. But it wasn't easy. I really struggled coming up with my word for 2026. My word for 2025 was courage. It was all about having the courage to make choices for myself, to say yes to new opportunities, to say no to things that aren't serving me anymore. So when it came time for me to come up with my word for 2026, so many ideas kept bouncing around in my head. Things like growth or experiment or trust or becoming, each of them fit in their own way, but none really felt quite right. None of them stuck. So if you're finding yourself in the same place and you just can't come up with your word, I'll urge you to ask yourself these 3 questions that I asked myself too. In 2026, I'm allowing myself to The answer that came to me was keep moving forward. When I don't know what to do, I'll come back to constantly moving forward. This year isn't about arriving, it's about moving forward. You see the pattern here? When I sat down with those questions, I found myself looking for a word that felt steady, reassuring, and that kept going with a gentle kind of energy. So forward, for me, feels like a permission slip to keep making progress, to keep growing without rushing, and to trust myself that even the smallest, the tiniest steps count. So in 2026, if I find myself thinking, I don't know what to do, I'll ask myself, what will help me keep moving forward? Also, remember, you don't have to decide on this today or at all. It could be a word that comes out of the year as the year progresses, or as a reflection at the end of it instead of leading it. Some people choose a word, some people don't. It's your year, and your year doesn't hinge on having a word. The word is just a lantern, but you are still the one walking. And if you have a word for the year or are thinking about one, I'd love to know what it is. As this year comes to an end, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being part of this space. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting and sharing your stories. And thank you for growing alongside me. Growth doesn't always look loud, but we're taking steps each and every day. So before you go, I'd love to invite you to reflect with me. What are you leaving behind in 2025? What are you carrying forward with you into 2026? And if you have one, what's your word of the year? You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan. We are not starting from scratch here. We're just turning the page. I'll see you in the new year.